Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Make sure you check out and bless the Cash App, $Jericho and the number 1. But today I want to talk about that submarine that's missing off of the coast of Finland. So this company created this submarine, built this submarine to give people rides down to the Titanic wreckage. I think it sits about 13,000 feet under the water. That's over 2 miles. That's way down there. So a bunch of billionaires around the world paid this money to go down there, $250,000 a piece. I know you're thinking the same thing I'm thinking. For $250,000, this submarine better be the shit. It better be top of the line, state of the art. I want somebody down there with a well-manicured mustache and a white linen towel across their arm calling me sir. Caviar, champagne, all that shit. $250,000? But that's not what they're getting. I'm going to post a link to this video where a guy goes in there and gets a tour of this submarine. And it is the most janky, redneck assembled bullshit you've ever seen in your life. One of the parts he has on the roof of the submarine, he literally said, "I got this from a camping store." What? Wait a minute. Unless you're taking me camping, I don't want anything on here from a camping store. I want it from a submarine store. Nope, camping store. And he said that the submarine is controlled with a video game controller. He showed it. It was a fucking PS5 or whatever, Xbox controller. So you're getting all this janky shit, all this DIY shit for 250 G's? What the fuck? I'm surprised he didn't have a fucking southern drawl, man. Yeah, hell yeah, man. I went down to Camp World, got this thing right here. And if you look over there, I got some duct tape and some Gorilla Glue holding that shit together. And my grandma, she made the seat you're sitting on. What kind of shit is this? But here's the kicker, guys. The owner is on video, and I'll put a link to that in the description box as well. He is saying how, he wanted to inspire young people to get into marine biology and life underwater, submariner life and all that bullshit. He wanted to inspire young people, and he says you're not going to inspire any young people by having a bunch of 50-year-old white guys. He said normally when you have these submarines, it's a bunch of ex-military submariners, and they're not going to attract any young people. He said you need like a 25-year-old in there, to attract those young folks and get them inspired by science. Well, you're about to run out of oxygen, so how inspired are they going to be after that? After they find the wreckage, or if they never find the wreckage, how inspired are these 16-year-olds going to be to join your field of work? Now, you know what you get with these 50-year-old white submariners that you don't seem to like very much? You get experience. You get real world experience. These 50-year-old white submariners have been down there in the shit. They've been thousands of feet underwater and have things go wrong, and they know how to handle it. You know who doesn't have that experience? A 25-year-old with a man bun. But that's what you wanted. You wanted some young folk to attract other young folk. But that woke shit doesn't have a place everywhere. It got you in trouble. Now there's 5 people underwater, including yourself. Yes, the CEO who said this nonsense is down there too. He's the one piloting this submarine with an Xbox controller. And you know what I think he wants right now? He probably wants a whole mess of 50-year-old white submariners up there with all their experience to bring his ass back to the top. If that's possible. I saw one video and it said there were a few different scenarios that could be happening. Number one, it could be floating at the top somewhere on the surface of the water, and it just hasn't been located yet because it has to be open from the outside. So even if it's floating on the surface of the water, they're still fucked unless somebody finds them and opens the hatch from the outside. Number two, it's stuck somewhere down there. Maybe it got stuck in some rocks or something like that, or maybe some marine life. Well, it probably isn't marine life down that damn far because there's no sun, but it could be stuck. And then scenario number three, which is the worst of all, it could have imploded because of the pressure. Maybe there was some kind of leak or something like that, because apparently he got the parts for this thing from Home Depot. So those are the three scenarios that could be happening. All of them could end in their death if they're not found soon. Well, two of them. If they imploded, they're already gone. But the other two scenarios could end in their death if they're not found, if they're not located. And if they're located, what if they're too deep to be rescued? Because I believe the deepest submarine rescue was like 3,000 feet. They're at 13. So there is a great possibility that even if they are found, that they're too deep to rescue. So pretty much all 5 of those people are going to die. And one of the people down there are one of the billionaires. I think he's Scottish or something. He brought his 19-year-old stepson down there with him. So it looks like, unless they find these guys really soon, they're all going to be dead. And I hope that this guy's need to be progressive isn't one of the reasons that all 5 of these lives are going to be lost. That would really suck. That'd be really shitty if this all could have been avoided if he just hired people with the proper experience. I don't know about you, but if I'm headed 15,000, 13,000 feet under the water, I could give a damn your age. What are your credentials? Because guess what? I want to come back up to the surface and breathe air again. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.